Coach, you want to start with an opening statement?
Yeah, the first half was not what we wanted. I didn't think, sometimes it doesn't matter what I say. I know that I've coached long enough and been in enough games like this where you're playing somebody everybody expects you to win, even your players. And you do everything you can do to get your players to understand that everybody's a threat. But it's hard, really, because it's what I do every day is battle human nature. And the first half was certainly not to our standards, and we let them know that. And I thought the second half was better. Defensively, it didn't feel great, but I think they shot 32%. We held them under 1 point per possession. We scored over one. We weren't even very good offensively. And the thing we're not doing is rebounding, which is very bothersome to me at this point, the 2 games we've played so far. So that needs to change for us. You win by 22, you win a college basketball game, and you go in the locker room, and it just doesn't even feel very good. I think partly because they know that I have high expectations, and partly they know they weren't ready. And so, to win by 22, I don't care who you play, you should feel good about it, but we didn't because we knew we weren't prepared like we should have been. And so, that's never a good feeling, but hopefully it'll be a good learning lesson.
What was the biggest difference in the second half in terms of the defense forcing the turnovers and being able to get out in transition?
I think our guys just played harder. There was no X's and O's, no strategy, anything like that. I think they just played harder, and Kennard was the leader in that deal for sure.
I was going to ask about his effort. He almost had a triple-double.
Yeah, I mean, he was one of the few that was ready to go. I mean, he was ready to go from the start, and he's one of those guys that just plays both ends and plays it hard. And we need everybody else to get to his level. And if we will, then we have a chance to be pretty good.
Who were the other few that you think were kind of ready to go?
That's a good question. I thought Davion, gave us good energy off the bench. I think Elijah gave us good energy. But we just had a lot of guys that there's so many drills we do right now. They're just not carrying over to the game like they should, and so you got to walk before you run, and we just got to go back and do drill work, which players hate. I don't like it either, but when we start to go live and we break down, then we've got to go back to the fundamentals, and whether it be closeouts or ball handling or whatever it is, we still have a lot of work to do. We still, I mean, I'll drive them crazy tomorrow with the stuff we'll work on. So,
what's the most concerning thing about the offense so far?
It'd be nice to shoot free throws a lot better. We did against Charleston, but it's been a concern of mine. And at some point, you got to have guys that just have a tough mentality and not let those things bother you. There's nothing I can do about that. But it makes me mad. I get to some point where I just want guys that one, will spend the time on it, and two, have enough to them to put the ball in the basket when you're standing there, and stop letting it be contagious to our team. And then we're just not moving the ball. There's too much dribbling, it's too much one-on-one and not enough ball movement and team play. And it's just going to take some time. Motion just takes time. But you say, we've scored 80 points and 86 points, so offense is not our problem. And we're not even that good offensively right now.
I guess the magic question, if there is such a thing at this point, is how long is it just going to take? I don't know, X number of games.
Well, I don't know the number of games. Yeah, but it's going to take some time when you take 10 new guys, and you look at the guys. Look at Jarrett. Jarrett's had 3 or 4 coaches in college. Mua's had 2. Sheridan's had 2. A lot of these guys, and so now they're getting used to another guy. And some guys, quite frankly, don't like to get coached, and that's a problem here because we're gonna coach them and we're gonna get after them, and we have very high expectations. And so, but I have to temper that sometimes too. It's because it's not fair to our players when we win by 22 and we come in and we feel bad. And some of that is my fault because my expectations are here. But we're trying to create a different thought process in terms of what we expect of ourselves. And it just that takes a while. Our motion is going to take a while because none of these guys have run it. And they're not used to it. They're used to just more one-on-one, kind of what I call AAU basketball. And so we've got to break a lot of habits. We're not anywhere close to it right now, but we're going to get there. I'm convinced of that.
What will be the focuses in practice? For
Driving and playing what we call off 2 feet. So quit jumping in the air and pivot and pass. Drive, pivot, pass. Drive, pivot, pass. There's going to be a lot of that probably tomorrow. So. Just decision making. We have so many guys that will drive and leave their feet, and they're getting the shot blocked. They're making bad passes, bad decisions while they're in the air, and so, we've worked and worked and worked at it, and we need more work at it.